Yalak here again with another lesson looking at the Hebrew language. Today's date is September 5th, 2017. My title, Hebrew Facts. This is from ethnologue.com, looking at the Hebrew language. And you can find this information at www.ethnologue.com/language/HEB. Ethnologue spells ETHNOLOGUE. So that's ethnologue.com. Because you can take a look at it to read the whole thing for yourself. Hebrew language. Now, this site, by the way, is giving you some general information about languages worldwide languages, so not just like 2 or 3 languages for a particular reason, or they're trying to talk about every language out there. Now here it says, a language of Israel, Hebrew. Alternate names, Israeli. Okay, we're not too threatened about that because we understand that they will call it its own thing. Israeli. So if you're speaking Hebrew, it's basically they're saying you're speaking Israeli. Although there were no such language in ancient times. But population 4.38 million. Spoken by all Israelis as level 1 or level 2. Some who use it as level 1 now in Israel learned it as level 2 originally. Total users in all countries 5.2 million and change. Classification, they do say Afro-Asiatic, Semitic, Central, South, Canaanite, but hear what they say here now under dialects. This Hebrew that we say we have, that whatever. And you see, when we look at it, we're like, well, it's the ancient Hebrew we're talking about because blah, blah, blah. But hear what they're telling you here. Dialects, standard Hebrew. So basically now, they're going to tell you what this Hebrew is, what it is known as. Alright, it's known as standard Hebrew, which is also known as Europeanized Hebrew. It is known as General Israeli. It is known as Oriental Hebrew. It is known as Arabized Hebrew, so that gives you a hint as to who is in on this with them. It is known as Yemenite Hebrew. You see that? You see what this is all known as? An amalgamation of different Hebrew strata plus intrinsic linguistic evolution, not a direct offspring from biblical or other varieties of ancient Hebrew. Some kind of explosion needs to go off here. What have we been trying to learn? This is not a direct offspring from biblical or other varieties of ancient Hebrew. You understand what that last line is saying? They're telling you this is not a direct offspring of biblical or Paleo-Hebrew or other varieties of ancient Hebrew, which then includes Paleo-Hebrew. They're trying to tell you this don't come from that. It don't spring from that. So where do we get off saying that, oh, it's a Paleo-Hebrew that Moses knew and wrote in and spoke, and the other Israelites and so on? This language of Hebrew that we've got in the back of our Bibles, in our commentaries and so on, it does not spring from Paleo-Hebrew. So when you read thousands of other web pages and books and so on, they'll tell you, oh, the Paleo-Hebrew. But here now they're telling you it doesn't come from there. You see this doubling up of information in the world? Someone found a reason to say that this thing does not come from Paleo-Hebrew. You see why I've been searching about Adam and Eve and this Garden of Eden and the language and so on? If it does not spring from Paleo-Hebrew or Biblical Hebrew, then it does not spring from the Bible, and it does not spring from the ancient scrolls, because the ancient scrolls, you tell me, is written in Paleo-Hebrew, and this does not spring from Paleo-Hebrew or ancient types of Hebrew. In other words, it springs from some place that we don't know, according to the information we have in this document here. So what have we been learning to speak? And what was the scrolls really written in? What was the Bible really written in? Was it written in Israeli? Or was it written in Paleo-Hebrew? Doesn't seem likely.